of faults. We can point to that. There's no growth within the company. It's
here's the thing. I want to make something. I don't hate Cena and I don't hate Orton. I respect them both. Yeah, but here's the thing though. Like they can, I get it that they're a draw. I get it that they're popular. Kids love them. So I get all of that. So I just want to make it clear that I don't want to come off as like your typical IWC fan with sour grapes.
No,
guys,
not at all.
They do.
I didn't take that as that way at all.
Okay, but sooner or later, eventually, they're going to have to push to the newer generation, and it's like
and that's what I've been saying, though. But that's what I've been saying. It may, again, shout out to Mike Grant. He said, unification, the word was never mentioned at Vengeance 2011 either. Eventually, those two belts came together one way, or one anyway. So I can't, I believe what he says. He's one of those kind of guys like Chad and watch tapes all the time. But I've been saying I've been saying for over a year that they took a bad product and they got to turn it. And if you can't see where things are turning, here's positives, guys. Here's positives. You have a positive when you have a veteran in the back like Mark Henry who says, you know what, I can give you a little bit more of me. When he doesn't really have much more to give. We want him to have that because he has the kumse kumsa, if you will, on the microphone. But he's starting to pay homage to the Junkyard Dog. At first, I didn't know if I liked it or not. But you know what? He's paying homage. More power to you. Why Punk does the elbow for Macho Man? Why not the headbutt? And then you look at Titus O'Neil coming out. However, the scene may not have been for whoever. Honestly, I was entertained, but I'm entertained by corny stuff. Hell, I can't wait to go see Anchorman 2 at midnight. Okay, that's just the kind of comedy
that movie.
that I like. The Shield and the Wyatt family, two of the most dominant factions that have been in wrestling in quite some time. And people say, oh, because there haven't been anybody. Well, I don't care if there's been anybody or not. They're really good at what they're doing, and they're really good at sometimes thinking us they're about to break them up, and sometimes they're not. Tonight and yesterday, came off awesome. All came off awesome in the ring. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, everything they touch is gold. So does it really matter what they're doing? Punk got his contract, and Punk got his way. Let go, people. I'm quite sure he's a little bit happy. He's living better. And I always love the fact that Punk will always be the IWC champion because he says words like Colt Cabana to get cheap pops for everybody who thinks that Colt Cabana should be in the WWE. 347-637-3859.
Speaking of cheap pop, shout out to Dolph Ziggler for that Zack Ryder T-shirt.
Yes.
I liked how him and Standout did that. That's really united for the boys in the back. Like, if you don't understand how they all ride together, to try to come up, it's just I'm not going to say the WWE didn't drop the ball on elevating guys, but we got to look at it for what it was.
He was probably one of them. But you know what? Every time I go out, Spot, Chad, they keep pulling me back. I want to let everybody have some good news for you guys. That your favorite bro will be on TV this week. Just not on Raw or SmackDown. Woo, woo, woo. Even in his own town, he sucks, bro. But he will be on Superstars this week. Mr. Lopez is calling back in. I'm not going to lie. I had no idea you still watch Raw. Now I'm joking with you. What's going on, man? What do you think about wrestling, Mr. TNA?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on? Long time no see. But to get to what I wanted to say, Survivor Series, to me was very interesting. I enjoyed the event. I was with my brother-in-law, and I saw a lot of good matches. I mean, the one that I liked the most was the beginning. With the Shield.
Right.
The Shield and everything, and I actually like Roman Reigns a lot. I think he has a very good future ahead of him. But it's
3, 8, 5, 9, 5. As always, I thought Raw was very good. I thought it was very good. I'm one of the few people which everybody would know knows who I am and listens to me. Okay, will know that I didn't think the pay-per-view was dick. I didn't think it was horrible. I didn't think it was shit. That's all the things that people are saying about this pay-per-view last night. I didn't think it was none of those things. But, that's just I and millions of others as well who thought that. But off of that fallout of a 7 pay-per-view, I give Survivor Series. I give it a 7. Okay, but Survivor Series, like most pay-per-views lately in the WWE, which I can admit, are forgettable because the night after, Raw is so much better, Spot.
And I thought Raw was better in so many fronts that could be other than let's go to unification. We've talked about it on this show before. Spot, is this where they should be going? Because I've said it. Millions of others have said it. Everybody said it. You know how you're Mark boys, you're a Mark, whatever it is, smart, whatever you are. We all think we know better than somebody else. I think it's great for business, Spot.
It's great for business at the wrong time. Like I said in the flock, I feel like they're trying to grab a quick buy rate, having it at the TLC pay-per-view, when this is clearly a WrestleMania caliber situation. If you're going to do a unification, it needs to be at your biggest it needs to be at the grandest stage of them all. You know what I'm saying? That's like having a Super Bowl before, the AFC Championship. You know what I mean? You don't do that. If you're going to unify it, you unify it where you need to at Mania. Like I said, I do see Lance Storm put that tweet out there, shout out to one of our favorite wrestlers, that it's not really a unification, but more so both belts will be held up. So you could look for that double grab and somebody, look for Orton to grab the World Heavyweight and Cena to grab the WWE.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying?
That's awesome. If I had the applause for you, it's going to be coming in late. I would have that for you because that's brilliant. But I won't say that it's too late. And I know, yes, of course, it's a buy rate. You know what I mean? That's part of the business. That's part of us wanting to think which way did they go? I bet they kick them kind of mentality of how we look at wrestling today. Of course, it's a buy rate thing, but bigger than the buy rate thing, it's a great storyline thing, Spot. And everybody, I think, is seeming to miss the picture of that and want to just go quickly to say, oh, this is this or that's this and that. And I think, again, I'm going to reside in the fact of this is great storyline. The whole show tonight was great storyline and the aspect of professional wrestling. And I'm just curious to hear what the people have to say about it, Spot.
I would say that it's a good builder. I just wish that there was somebody to oppose the authority, and there's really not a side for that. When you had the corporation, you did have the union, you did have the ministry. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody to oppose the authority. It's like, it's
what?
like the wrestlers are...
Why have them be opposed? Why have them be opposed, right? If they're actually, for lack of words to use here, playing both sides of the fence in a way. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying.
They seem to only be out for themselves, so whatever makes it seem good for Hunter and Stephanie. So,
No, but what I mean by to oppose the authority is this is still heel versus face. You know what I mean? If we're opposing the authority, then we should be one-upping each other to be in the authority's good graces.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me throw you a knuckleball. Why does it have to be heel versus face? We talk all the time about tweeners.
No,
right?
But what I'm saying is they could be a bunch of tweeners, but it needs to come off that way. You know what I mean? It needs to come off. I don't got no beef with.
How else can it come off? How else can it come off? What would you have them do? And I'm not sticking up for them saying that they're doing it properly. I'm generally asking a question. What would you have them do at that point?
I mean, it wouldn't be it's not one of those things where I'm trying to impress, I'm doing this for me. I'm trying to get in the title picture. Or it should be one of those things where, I'm simply out here.
You kind of lost. I know you're in the VIP.
No, I'm using it as an example. Like, the guy's like, okay, it's like you should be trying to impress the authority. The Wyatts and the Shield should be trying to one-up each other.
Why you think they just did? That is exactly, in my mind, I swear to you, no lie, people, we did not talk this time. Sometimes we talk before shows. It's in my effing notes right now that's what they were. They were one-upping each other. That added to the night. They took separate stars. Okay, it's so much going on positive in wrestling. I want people to complain tonight because I have a shitload because we're in rated R and it's prime time and I'm back for one night only. But I will erase that part later for those who want to let their kids to listen to that. However, it's prime time right now. I may keep it there. Who cares? Right now, seriously, what can you complain about?
You're saying that there's so much good going on, and I will sit there and say that, I will sit there and say this. That they're so good at that the following week of a pay-per-view, and by next week it all goes to crap. So before anybody gets...
Well, you know what? But I don't never think it goes to crap. I explained to you last night that I don't think it ever goes to crap because there's no expectation. So to me, nothing goes to crap.
To you, that's for your personal...
Well, okay, has wrestling always been compared to two big things that last forever, and that's soap operas and comic books? They both last forever. So,